Hello, friends. How is everyone doing today? Post eclipse day. I hope that all of you are well. It is time for a episode of Take Two Tuesday. We get together and hang out for a little bit here. We're going to wait for some people to join us. I started on time, I think, and I see that some people are showing up here on YouTube, and I saw Jeffrey over on Facebook. Let's see. Yep, Jeffrey and Donna, hi. I'm glad you guys are here with me. And I see over on Facebook we have Sherry and Jennifer, Gloria, Janine, Catherine. Hi everyone. Yvette. Well, welcome to Take Two Tuesday. I'm Ken at the Stamps of Life. We're going to take a look at some stamps, some dies, and we'll have a little bit of fun together. We'll have some chat. Let's see, our stamps, they go back. They're only about 2 years old. And then our die set is a little bit older. I think it's back from 2020. So we'll take a look at some fun stuff there. And let's see, while we're warming up, I have a couple questions for you for fun. At the end of this episode, we'll do our good news segment. I watched last week's and I did have the video about the older gentleman, but I saw that it was playing a little bit low on the volume. So I will have to watch for that. So if you couldn't hear it very good last time, I'm sorry about that. But anyhow, that guy was doing pretty good he was getting up in there in his late 90s and he was still at it, trying to serve and be used by God. So I think that was awesome. And for us today, our good news segment, we're going to finish up the Lord's Prayer in Matthew chapter 6, and we'll look at the end of verse 13. So if you have a Bible, you can grab that and get ready. We'll do that towards the end of the episode. So we should have some fun today. Let's see. What is new? Oh, if you were on Crafting Corner last week, we released the Otter kit. That was fun. And I think it did just sell out yesterday. So we've had an otter class and an otter kit, and apparently otters are popular right now. So if you missed out on those guys, well, I don't think there's any more otters in the works right now, but who knows, right? I don't think we've ever had an otter on a stamp set or a die set. So maybe if we get some requests and maybe Stephanie will hear, you can always put in your vote, send an email to Faylene if you have a good idea. Let's see, what else? The otter kit. What else was I going to? Oh, this coming Monday, we will be shipping out April card kit. So that's going to be going out Monday. So exciting news for all of you. If you are in the card kit, your kit will be going out next Monday. We'll be shipping it out here from Southern California. And you'll probably be getting it late in the week, maybe by the weekend, this upcoming week. So that's exciting. Now, the current kit, it has sold out. You can get in on the wait list, or not the wait list. If you get signed up right now for the card kit, you will get a April card kit for sure. So make sure you do that. If you've been thinking about joining the club, you want to do that. Hi, Linda and Dawn. I saw Jennifer there, Pamela and Bonnie, Diane. Thanks all of you for joining. And let's go ahead and we'll get started here. Let's see, about the eclipse. Who watched the eclipse yesterday? That would be my first question. I was here at the warehouse, and I think we were supposed to have an eclipse. I did not see it. I did not have the glasses. I was working, and I think in Southern California, we were only going to get about a quarter of coverage of the sun. So I would have liked to seen it, but I don't think I missed a whole lot. But that being said, I think a lot of people had an exciting time with it if you were in other parts of the country. Let me see. I had a fun photo of the eclipse. Let me see if I can get that to pop over here. Where are we? I'll just switch that over. Is that ready? It is ready. Okay. Number 3, and I'll move that over. So there are a lot of amazing photos. Perhaps you saw something that looked like this. Maybe you were in an area where it was totally covered up, the sun. That would have been exciting to see. Excuse me. Let me see if I can pop up there. So if it would have been something like that, I could see, awesome. That would have been so cool. I heard in some areas it would really actually get cooler when the sun, I mean, obviously it's blocking the sun, so it should make a temperature change difference. And then for some people, it was getting really dark. I saw some people who were just so excited. They said they were crying about it, or they were becoming emotional about it. Okay, if that's how it makes you feel, that's great, wonderful. I would have probably been kind of amazed if I would have been able to see it like this. It is pretty amazing. Let's see, Sherry said we tried in San Antonio, Texas, but there was cloudy. Yeah, I heard that Texas was a good spot to view this, but yeah, if there were clouds in the way, it made it not quite as spectacular. Let's see. Yep, some bunch of people in Texas. Yeah, the people I saw were in Texas, and then at the end of this, I saw like there were traffic jams everywhere for, I guess, people who had gone on to locations in Texas, or however that stripe was going through the United States, wherever they found a place to be, that they really like sold out all the hotels. Let me switch back over here. They sold out all the hotels, and of course, when they do that, you know what they do to the prices, right? On the hotels, they jack up all the prices all crazy, and they gouge people. So that's a nice thing, I guess. One way to make money off the, I guess we could have made some solar eclipse stamps or something like that, right? We missed our chance. Where is my media here? Let's see, what else do we have? All right, here's my name. So that would look like it was probably fun for some people. Did that pop up there? Yep. So again, I'm Ken at the Stamps of Life. We are going to do Take Two Tuesday. Enough eclipse talk for right now. Oh, so if you saw it, great, awesome. Were you able to take any pictures? Did you have glasses? I'm trying to check my chats here. Were you prepared? Bonnie says she did have a total eclipse, but it didn't get as dark as she thought, huh? And Elizabeth saw it in Michigan. The skies were clear, which is unusual, yeah. No total in New York. I don't think we probably got to see as much. So it's probably a big event. I think the next one is, what did they say, 20 years away or something like that? So we'll see if we make it. 20 years. We might. Who knows? Lord willing. And then I think when there's one due in like 20 years, there's one due the very next year. And the 20, I'm just estimating it, the one at the 20 years is coming down like from Montana down through the United States. And then the one after that, the next year, is coming from the middle of California, like right across the country. So that one should be pretty exciting. I think a lot of people will be able to see that one. So that should be very interesting. Let me make sure I have all my volumes off here before I switch over there again. Okay, I think I've got it. I don't want to have any double speaking here. One other thing, next Monday, if I had a drum roll or something, I would roll, is tax day. Boo. Boo for taxes, right? At least I don't like to pay them. My question for you, are you going to owe taxes this year, or are you going to get money back on your taxes? What do you expect? Now, I hope if you're getting money back that you have already filed and got your return in and all that stuff, because the sooner you get your money back, the better. It's better for you to hold on to it than the government to hold on to it, right? And then if you owe, like me, I think I owe some money. I try not to owe too much because I don't want to get penalties or anything like that. But I think I'll be paying money next Monday, the 15th. I'll have to pay, and I will probably wait until like the 13th, 14th, or 15th to pay, because I want to pay at the last minute. Hold on to my money already. Dawn, she already got her refund. Awesome, good job, Dawn. That's how you want to do it. I think most people in our family have to pay. Some of the time, I think Katie gets money back. So I think she's pretty sharp on that, and she gets her return in early to get that money back. Good for you, Diane. They owe you some money. Now, you never want to let them owe you too much money, because that means you should have just been holding on to it for the last year and you could have made some interest or something like that. But at the same time, you never want to underpay and end up having to pay a large amount that you weren't expecting and then get a penalty, right? So you don't want to get a penalty. You have to figure out that balance. So we have somebody who does our taxes for us. Otherwise, I would mess them all up and we would get in big trouble. So we don't want to do that. So the eclipse behind us and taxes in front of us. Exciting, right? It's exciting to be an American right now, right? What else? Let's just get going now. Enough of that chat. Let's look at what our items today. Our first collection. This is stamps and dies, and there are a total of 4 sets involved with this one. Let me go ahead and change the little name tag over there. Let's see. I think that's the right one. Yeah. This is called Typewriter to Stamp. And we have, again, 2 die sets, 2 stamp sets. This is from oh, I wrote it right there, January 2022. So about a little over 2 years ago. And I know when this came out, it was super popular. It was during a time when things were kind of crazy here. We had the pandemic times, and a lot of people were stuck at home, and everyone was excited to get new shipments and new stamps and dies. And this one came out in January of 2022. Let me show you each one of these, and I'll find it on the website as well. Now, again, on Take Two Tuesday, whoops, sorry, hang on one second here. We look at items from the past so this is Take Two. This is our second look at them. Second chance to kind of remind it. If you're a club member, you likely have these stamps and dies already. If you are new to the Stamps of Life, you may have never seen these before. So that is the purpose of these episodes, to remind you of items you already have. And then for those of you who are newer to the Stamps of Life, this is a chance to take a look at something that you didn't know we had at the Stamps of Life. Because obviously we have so many stamps and dies, it would be hard to know all of them, right? So that's the purpose of this episode, and we'll try to make it fun. I think I'll just do a little die cutting today, no stamping, but we'll take a look at a few items here. And hopefully this will be a refresher for some of you and something interesting also for some of you who it would be new to. Let me go ahead and move over to the website. Well, first I'll show you here. This is our main set. This is called Typewriter to Stamp. It's got kind of the old-fashioned typewriter there. And you have the coordinating dies, Typewriter to Stamp dies. See if I can pull that back a little bit. Yeah. And there's a couple of add-on sets. There's the solids for typewriter. And also, what is this one called? Typewriter extras. So these are kind of decorative. I see there's some flowers on there, a paper clip, a few different things there. We'll see them on some of the card samples that I do have to share with you. Now let's go over to our website and find out what additional information we can find out about these guys. Okay. Typewriters stamped. This is the main set. It comes on a 4x6 sheet, and it has a total of 9 stamps on this set. Remember, our stamps are made in the USA, so they're going to be nice, high quality. And then if you scroll down, you can see the dies that go with it, that coordinate with this. If you're a club member, these 2 items were shipped together, and then these 2 over here were the add-on items. Seems like everything is in stock right now. Let's take a look at some of these samples here. See what we've got. All right, lots of cute items here. You can paper piece with the dies. You can just ink with the stamp set that it came with, and then if you have the add-on, the solids, it saves you lots of coloring. You can kind of color with the solids. That's a nice addition if you like that. Happy birthday using that. Just a note to say hi on that. That's a pretty one. Nice, lots of colors. Another happy birthday version. You can see how the flowers are being used there in the middle by the extra die set. And we got a mix match there. And then back to our set. Let's see. So I have a couple questions for you, because I also have some fun facts about typewriters. My first question is, did you ever use a typewriter? Do you remember what a typewriter is like? A real typewriter I'm talking about. So I remember myself in junior high taking a typing class. So that was my big introduction to a typewriter. Otherwise, I had just seen it like maybe at my grandparents' house or somebody's office or something, and it had those big arms that would clang and reach out. Well, I remember the ones, they have the manual type where it would hit the end and the bell would ring, I think, and you had to fly it back over. The ones in our junior high school, I think they were electric. I learned to type. It was good. I took typing and I did learn to type, and I got pretty fast at it. But that being said, over time, I never see a typewriter anymore. Well, let's see. So I remember in early college having a typewriter and using it, and we would type, and I can't remember exactly. Somehow there was some type of paper in the typewriter we had that was like a whiteout. You could go back, because of course I made a lot of mistakes typing, and you couldn't have a lot of errors when you handed in a typewritten paper in school. And so I remember going back, and you would go back with, I don't remember if it was a white piece of paper or tape or something, but you would type it and it would cover up the bad letter, and then you'd go back and retype it with the correct letter. I'm not sure about this, but that's what's popping in my mind. But it was a real pain. I remember, a super pain. So I do have some pictures of here. So maybe one of these typewriters look like one that you had. Let me see if I can grab this photo. This is from, if you type in Google Images, it shows you all these typewriters, old typewriters. So look at all those crazy typewriters. Now, some of these are super old timers. Whoop. So I never saw anything like most of these. Maybe the one I used was something like that. But I don't know. Maybe it was more like this, something like this. But do you remember having a typewriter? And then, when was the last time you have used a typewriter? Can you even think of a time that you used a typewriter? Again, my last experience with typewriters was around mid late 80s. And then they just kind of went away. I think they came out with like a word processor. It wasn't connected to the computer, but I don't think it really typed out everything until you added a lot of the information, and then it would type it out, so you wouldn't have as many mistakes to make. And then, of course, we went to the computer, and there would be a nice one for Stephanie. Oh, it's out of stock too. Yeah, I remember Royal being a brand of typewriter. But look at all these crazy typewriters. Let me find some fun facts about. Didn't want to do that. Sorry. I have some facts here about typewriters. I think I can pull it up on my other computer. Give me 1 second here. The first typewriter was back in, let's see. Let me see how everything's doing here. All right. The first typewriter was back in like the mid 1800s, I think. Let's see. This is typewriter facts. In case you didn't know, a typewriter is a device used to write characters onto a piece of paper. It had these big metal arms, and they would slam onto some ink ribbon, and they would type your words and your letters onto your paper. And then it could be, of course, like news numbers, all that kind of stuff. Let's see, what else? It's got to be something more. They don't require electricity. Of course, the latest models would have electricity, and then they just stopped that too. The first patent was some guy in the 1714s, an English guy, inventor, but they didn't really start to come out until around the late 1800s. And it says that, it says typewriters fell out of popularity and use in the 1980s. So a lot of people, the younger people, would not even know what I'm talking about right now. So if I'm boring you, I'm sorry. But to me, it's something I remember, and probably a lot of you remember as well. Let's see. A lot of government places, you could probably still find typewriters at some government places. They get a little bit behind the times there. If you're a person who could use the typewriter, like professionally, you're a typist, and a fast typist could get around 100 words per minute. I don't remember how many I got in junior high, but I was doing pretty good in the class. I don't think I was ever the fastest, but you can even get up to 150 words per minute. I think somewhere I saw the Guinness World Book was like something like 180 words per minute, something like that. I can't remember. I've seen all kinds of different numbers. I think when they first made typewriters, it was just kind of like ABC, ABC. Let me switch back over. A, B, C, D, E, F, like in the formation of the alphabet. But then they came out with the QWERTY, which is like the keyboard that we're used to using, where the letters that work in combinations are set up to be the most beneficial to your hands. So that was a big change. And what else? Historians say that Mark Twain was the first author to use a typewriter to create a book manuscript. That's historians. I don't know. Oh, here's the Guinness book. It is no, that's lame. I don't know what they're talking about. Some weird things, some contest they had for the Guinness World Books. I think that's it. So if you have a typewriter, it's kind of like a collector's edition thing. But maybe when you see our stamp and die collection, it brings back some type of memory for you. I think some people used to get paid. Oh, see, Don says their church still has an electric typewriter. Wow. I wonder how many people still know how to use it, right? And then Gloria says on a computer she does 50 words a minute. That's good, Gloria. The problem for me is I don't know if it's me or it's because I'm using a computer that my typewriting skills have really starting to fall off. I can kind of go fast, but the faster I go, the more errors I make. And so then when you see like Facebook posts or Instagram posts, I've been doing a lot of those lately, and you see typing errors, that's me and my poor typing skill. I don't know what's happened, but my hands, they kind of have an idea where to go, but they're not hitting all the right letters. And if I slow down, I do a little bit better, but I want to get my typing done as fast as I can and get on to whatever my next project is. So typing is, the skills have just gone way, way down, sadly. So anyhow, let's go ahead and take a look at what we can do with some of these. Let's see, on our main club set, we have some great sayings. Just a note to say, you're my type of friend. Let's see, I miss you, happy birthday. Those are all on there. And then we have a big hi on this, and then there's like an alphabet on that die set as well. And so let's go ahead and see what we can get out of one of these. I'm gonna take the big typewriter here, and I'm gonna run it through a couple of different colors and see what we come up with as far as paper piecing. We won't do any inking or blending or anything like that, but we'll cut a couple with a couple different colors and kind of mix and match and show you how you could easily put together a couple typewriters. But let me show you the samples first. I need to do that. And I do have a good selection. Some of these we might have seen on the website when we were just there, but some of them might not have been. I have a 5x7 and a bunch of A2 cards here as well. So let's take a look. And I will set these samples up and switch over to that camera there for us. All right, there is our just a note to say, and let's see, this is typewriter, solids for typewriter. The doily 1 is used on this, and that's just with our A2 basic die set. That is available again on the website. Our first run of those, that basic A2 did sell out, but we have them back. And we have this one. This is on it. I'm not sure what kind of, it doesn't say, so I'm not sure what kind of card base this one is. That's a nice one where you see the flowers used. And oh, there it is. I don't remember what it's called, but you get that fun little pop-up up there. And sadly, nothing was written on the card, and my memory is not jogging as to which die set this is, but that's neat how that pops out, right? So it goes down and pops up just like that. That's pretty cool. This one says Hugs and Kisses. And it has a lot of kind of springy colors. If you were making a spring card, this would be a nice one. Someone would love to get that. And you can see how it's paper piece with the different colors there. What did they use? The alphabet. This is a rounded corner A2. So if you like the rounded corners, we have those options. We have the basic A2, and then this is a version where you get the rounded corner. So you just type in A2 and rounded corner. That will come up on the website. Here's also another nice color selection, and just a note to say, I like that one a lot. Kind of reminds me, since typewriters are old-fashioned, it kind of has a little bit of that old-fashioned look. Yeah, Don says swiper card. That could be right. And this one's really nice. A lot of decoration on here. Forever yours, it says. And our last one, this is a 5x7 card. And wow, they put a lot of effort into this, our designer. So I want to show that off. So they have the big 5x7 card, which is all great. And then look, you can go through this, and it looks like it has little monthly sayings. So in January, you are enough. February, you are fierce. April, you are powerful. I'll skip through some of these. June, an inspiration. So this is a fun idea. July, you are capable. You are brave in August. Let's go on. October, you are victorious. If you can see that. And we'll get back to the December, you are a superstar. So that's an idea of a way you could make something a little different out of your card. So that's a fun idea that I hadn't seen before. And they tied it all together. It looks like they used some little rings here, and then they added some ribbon to kind of give it a little decoration. Okay, those are our samples. And let's continue on here. All right, so that was great. Now let's go ahead and get these dies out of here. And again, I'm going to just pull off this main die, a couple of these main dies here, see what we get out of them. And they are stuck on here really super good with our tape down from our manufacturer. So I've taken the main typewriter, the insert piece, and looks like a kind of like the shadow. So we'll see what we get. We'll cut these a couple of times. All right, let's move over to the die cutting area. Uh-oh, hang on one second. Let me turn off this mic. All right, I hope you can hear me. Yeah, I think I've got sound going on there, and the other one's off good. All right. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to that one. Here we are at our table. Again, the outside part of the die and the inside pieces. And we'll just run it through with a couple different colors and see what happens. I have not tried these dies, so it will be possibly some interesting outcomes. I'll pick a few different colors. 1 second here. All right, I think this is probably our candy color. And again, I'm working. Remember how we've been speaking about our cutting pads have been bowing a little bit. So I have these facing inward towards each other, trying to get them to press back down. So if you have that, happening with your cutting plates. Just flip them back and forth. This one's starting to get like a little bit of a bowl in it. So I'm actually even going to, this one, I'm going to go ahead and put face down. Add my cardstock. And I'm not worried about anything exact here. I will turn these just a tad bit, hopefully to avoid speed bumps. And go ahead and run that through. Again, I don't know exactly what's going to come out on this because I have not used these dies. Did a little squeaking there because my plates were rubbing against the side. Let's see what came out this time. Oh yeah, lots of pieces here. So, uh-oh, I lost one die there. I know where it is. Let's find that. I think it slid right under there. Sorry about that. Now this one was an interesting one because it just produced it cut out the insides here. So there's got to be a die that fits around it. And what did I do with that die? I do not know. Anyhow, you can see that the keyboard's supposed to go right in around there. So I'm not sure. I think maybe if I ran this die, oh, that's what I could do, huh? So if I ran it through the next time, I wanted to get that piece out of there. So anyhow, on my main die, if I wanted this to be my shadow, it'd be a different color, maybe white or a different pink or something. I could layer this typewriter on top of it. And as many times as I want to keep getting different colors, I could get different shades for the frame of the typewriter, the pieces. It's just a matter of how much you want to paper piece and put all that together. So we get those two main pieces, and I'm trying to figure out, how do I get this to work because it didn't cut on its own. So what I'm thinking I need to do, again, this is just a test run, so I'm not 100% sure this is going to work. But if I want to get that keyboard to come out of there, I think what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to take this die, and in order to get the keyboard to cut out, I'm going to have to run it over again and layer it right over there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and see what happens. Whoops, why did I want to? I have a paper piercer here, so I'm going to go ahead and poke those out just for our look. So we have the full keyboard there. And let's go ahead and run it through. Here I have to be a little more exact. So I'm going to put a piece of washi tape on here in hopes that this die will stay in place and not move, because we do want that to be pretty accurate. So that looks good. And let's try to run that through there. And we don't want all that squeaking again. Let's see if we can straighten this out. Okay, that's good. Well, you can hear it right at the beginning. I'm just going to go through there a little bit and then come back and see if that worked. Ta-da! There I did. I got the keyboard with all the little pieces cut out, or the little keyboard cut out for me. And just for fun, let's go ahead and grab another color. I won't be able to use this. It didn't come out as a full piece, so that one's trash. And we're going to go and take this off of here. Let's run this through with a different color this time. See what kind of combinations we can come up with real quick. And I'm going to crank that through there. I hope all of you guys are having a great day. Super nice out here. We are like in the mid-70s. We're getting our spring weather right now, which I'm enjoying. It is supposed to be like this for the rest of the weekdays, and then I think this weekend we're going to get rain again. And we did get rain for one day, I think last Friday. It rained quite a lot. And then it was a nice weekend. And it's been a nice week so far. So we're getting our share of rain, which we need. But we are also getting into spring weather. So I hope for you, wherever you live, that this is an enjoyable time. So again, I use those two dies, cut out a couple different colors. Let's see of cardstock and see if we were to piece these together, what we might be able to get. You could just run it through a whole bunch of different colors, a whole bunch of different times, and that would give you a good option to make additional cards. You would be ready to go. It'd just be up to you to kind of save those pieces. So this will give you an idea. If I had one more color, my keyboard would really stand out there. But I have the shadow, I have the main typewriter, and then I have the keyboard. You can mix and match all those colors, but pretty easy, right? I did figure out how that one worked, and I've seen decorations where the card creator has added little keys into the keyboard there. That would be a lot of work, but if you really enjoy that and you have the time, you can make this look really nice. Let me show you an example. This is the exact one I was thinking of. Looks like they layered in some kind of, they must have pink underneath it and then a green keyboard. So if I had green under here, I would get that green look, and then they added some type of gloss. It's even, it's not embossed, but it feels something like that, like kind of like it's a raised lettering, so it really feels like a typewriter too. So that was a great idea. So you could do that with this. All right. So that is our typewriter dies. Turn that. I'll move back over here to our main camera. All right, so that was pretty fun. If you guys have that, you can see how easy it is to use. Let me check in with the chat here before we go to our next item. So yeah, good weather I see for some of you. I don't know if you were in the New York area. I guess there was an earthquake last weekend, right? So gives you a taste of what it's like living in California. We haven't had an earthquake. I mean, like a big earthquake where we're holding on to walls or any of that kind of stuff for quite some time. But we always have that on the radar here. I guess in every part of the country, there's something, right? For some people, it's flooding, or some people it's tornadoes or big storms or hurricanes. In California, we have our earthquake thing, but I heard New York had that, so I bet they were quite surprised if you were in the New York, New Jersey area, right? Again, this was the collection we looked at today, was typewriter to stamp. If you have it, make sure you get that out and use it. If you don't, you can find it on the Stamps of Life website just by typing in typewriter to stamp. If you just type in the word type or typewriter, I know it's going to come up. And you have the add-on sets, the little extra dies. I did cut out some little pieces, like there were some paper clips that I cut out with glitter paper. These were fun. Little paper clips you can make with, this is the add-on dies. And we also saw some of the cards had the flowers, so I did cut out those with the little extra typewriter extra die set. You can get that out of there as well. And then what else? It also created some, these are really tiny, so I'm not sure if you'll be able to see these, but it made some little flowers. I can't even really show those off that much, right? If you can see those. So if you're using the glitter or flower, some pattern paper, easy way to do those items, the paper clip. And that's all in this add-on set that can be used. It can be used on its own, but it was kind of designed to be used with the typewriter. All right, so that is our first look today. And then next we are going to move, let me clean up here real quick and make sure I get everything out of the way before we move to our next options to be kind of organized. See if I can get all the dies back. I don't think I lost anything that time. Pretty good, huh? And I knew one fell down there on the die machine, but I was able to locate it, so that is good. All right, it is the time of year. I don't have the music for it, but if I had the graduation song, I could play that right now. And graduations are up and coming, right? So we're going to quickly look at, this is called the graduation cap. Let me switch my text over here. Give me 1 second. And I can grab that. And I think it's this one. Let me look. Yep. This is the graduation folded die. This is a little bit older, about 4 years old. April of 2020. This came out at a time when there were no graduations. I remember when everything got shut down. A lot of people didn't get to have real graduation ceremonies. And it's kind of a bummer for them. They didn't get to walk or get their diplomas handed to them or do any of that fun stuff that comes along with graduation celebrations. So it was a sad time 4 years ago, but we're in happier times now. You might find a way to use this. Maybe you have somebody who's getting close to graduating. This will make an A2 fold-it card. Super simple to use. One thing I did discover right off the bat, tassel not included. So you have to come up with the tassel idea. And all of our cards have tassels on them, so our designers were creative enough. They figured out ways to make a tassel. So this comes with 3 dies, your 2 large dies, and this little one. I think this would make the little frill if you're just going to do a tassel like with paper, but I don't think anybody used that on these cards. So you do have that. Oh, I think I do see one. So there is the option of using this for the tassel, kind of like the frayed edges, and then you just have to have a string or something like that attached to it. So graduation cap. Again, we've shown off fold-its here before. They are fun and easy. We'll take a look at the website here and find out some more information about these. Whoops, I typed in fold. That's not going to help me. Let's do graduation. We'll find it if we type in... Oh, that didn't like that either. Come on. Here's an example of my failed typewriting skills. They're not what they used to be. So my hands, they kind of know where to go, but I have different fingers doing different things. So it's kind of funny to see. That's what's happened to my typewriting skills. They are failed. I think half my brain knows what to do and the other half of my brain doesn't remember what to do. Let's switch over to that. Nope, not that one. There we go. Okay, I found it. And again, this is from April of 2020. You might have it, you might not have it, but this is a timely one and one you can use a lot. So when I think of, let me switch back over. My question for you about this set would be, did you ever have a graduation ceremony for yourself? I just graduated high school, so this would have been back in '86. And I did go to a few years of college, and I have an AA degree, but I did not graduate from college. So if you graduated from college, what year did you graduate? And if you graduated from high school, what year was your graduation? So if you made it through college, what year did you graduate? If you made it through high school, what was your graduation year if you didn't go to college? So that would be fun. 86 for me. That means it was a long time ago, right? 86, so here it is, 24 plus 14. That's 38 years. It's already been 38 years since I graduated from high school. That's sad. I don't wish to go back to high school or anything like that, but that being said, I can't believe it's been that long since I graduated from high school. So 38 years. Amanda graduated high school in 94. Good job, Amanda. I remember getting some nice gifts for my dad got me a car for my graduation when I graduated in 1986. It was pretty awesome. That was a great gift. So I was really grateful for that. My dad was really nice on that gift. 82 for Nola in high school, 74 high school for Quilty Carlin, high school, and 82. Rosemary in 72, college for Dawn in 84. Good job, Dawn. And then Rhoda graduated high school in 1982 and business school 1984. Way to go. So yeah, we're going back in time, huh, everyone? Way back. It's like, where have the years come to? That's the amazing thing. Time really flies fast. Elizabeth says she graduated a lot of times. Way to go, Elizabeth. Yeah, the graduation ceremonies, I've been to a few of them. Wow. Especially at some of the big colleges out here in Southern California. It is quite an event. You just get bored out of your mind, which you feel excited for the person who's graduating, right? But when you're just sitting there and hearing all these names of people that you don't know. So Diane's 1966, Stephanie in 1995, Elizabeth 1972, and then college in 78. Great. Sharon in 67. Wow. Beverly got her AA in 1989. I would have been about early 90s if I would have went to the ceremony. I think I have a certificate for that AA, but to be honest, I don't know where it is if I have it. So anyhow, let's get back to our dies. Graduation cap over on the website. I had it. It is, again, just 3 dies. It makes an A2 card, which is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And you could use this as just an A2 card, it says here, or if you want to put it in a scrapbook, that'd be a great idea. You could use it in a scrapbook, like a teacher bulletin board. There's lots of ways this one could be used. As a banner, that's another idea. You can also use this with the box it die it recommends here in the description. And you can see there's no stamp set specifically that works with this, but we have some other items that are graduation themed, like the graduation to celebrate clear stamps and dies. So that would be great if you need something like that. I think I've seen a card here that has the I'm so proud of you on it. So there are a few options. Get the samples here. I think I have that one. I think maybe I've just seen some of these. So here are some ideas for us to look at. And you have the different colors. So since it cuts in a couple different colors, you have a lot of options with this one. You can have just all solid. You can mix and match some things too. So that is our graduation cap folded die set. And I am going to move over to our little table and show you. I have these card samples to share with you from our design team, and there are a lot of wonderful ideas here. All right, here we go. Our first one. And again, it was my mistake. You can make a tassel with this. You just will have to provide the string part. So let's see. We've got that one there. It says done. That's great. This folded is made on the top, so you open it up and you can add lots of room to add your sentiments. You can handwrite a little message in there. Fun. Here's just a plain solid, which looks really like an official one. Give us an idea how that works. You've got your tassel. You can stamp in there. And here's one where rather than doing the top, now the fold is on the side. So you have the option. You could put the fold on the side here or on the top. This works with any of our folded dies. Here is another solid color. And I think we'll be able to mix and match. I die cut the black version of this earlier this morning, and we'll do a different color so I can show you how that works. Let's see, that here's one with a pattern paper and some solid papers. Add some numbers on there, pretty easy. Now that I'm looking at it, I think almost all of our designers did use the little tassel that was added to it. I don't know why I didn't think of that when I saw that die. Here's a unique one, a white one. And they've used some type of foil paper there for the tassel. That gives it a little extra look. And this reminds me if I was on the Lakers, they are purple and gold. And this is all purple and gold and some stars on there. Fun colors. Again, the fold is on the top. Here you can layer it. You can have the shadow and a different color for the actual cap. Add your numbers there, so you could put 2024 this year. And our last one is also a year 20, and look at that cute little bear on there. And again, using some type of foil paper on that to give it a little extra look. Again, you have to provide that part. You do have to get the twine, the little line that will run to the tassel. All right, great. Now back over to me. I will show you. I went ahead and I did cut a base already. So this would be I was using some scratch paper, so you might see some extra things on here. But I went ahead and I took a piece of cardstock, folded it in half, ran the die through, and I have the little top there. This is where my fold is on the top. Now I could have done a fold on the side, so I have two different options. I chose to do the top. Okay, so there's my card base. Then I went ahead and I want to cover that up. So I've got to cut an additional one. Let's do that together. All right, we'll cut the extra one that we need. So I'm gonna open up this die set. And I'm gonna get out the main large die. This was the one that I also used for the, I'm going to take those all the way out, that I also use for the fold it. And it tells you right up here, let's see, on this side it says, if we can see that, it says place fold here, or you can do the fold here. You have the two options. So it kind of leads you where to do that. I already did that part. I did the folded part, so I don't have to worry. I just need to cut out another one because I have that edge because of the fold. I don't want that to show on the card, so I need to cover that up. So let's try to do that. I will switch mics. And hearing me again, sorry about that. Okay. Hi, everyone over at Facebook. Sylvia, Tricia, Carmen, Luba, nice to hear from all of you. Welcome to Take Two Tuesday. Okay, I'm moving over to our workstation now. And again, when I did the fold it, I came up with that, which is normal. This is what happens. Because of the fold, I want to cover that up. I want to get rid of that straight line because it really doesn't look like a correct cap, right? So we're going to try to fix that. And since I use white cardstock on that, I better just continue with white. And guys, I'm sorry. I messed up. I thought I switched cameras. I'm sorry about that. There I am. Let me switch back over. Darn it. Hang on one second. Let me see, what can I do here? Wow, that was a big mistake. I am so sorry. I saw that I did not switch over to my other camera. I am so sorry. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so that was a real goof up. I apologize. It looked all like it was going good here, but let me show you what I did. Okay, guys, this is what I did. I ran this through a couple times. This die. This die. I had to run this through to fix my to get rid of the part on the top. I was getting rid of that edge, so I did that on my card base. So my base was good. Then with this piece here, I did a run through with black and also a run through with the candy, and I mixed and matched. I was able to do that. Stamps of Life graduation, I said. I am so sorry that I did not switch over, but so you know what I made. If I wanted this to be pink down here, I could have done that. And I could put black on the top. Let's see. So real easy. You could switch colors just like that. You could have a black top and pink and that on there. I wish there was a way you guys could tell me when I mess up something like that, because I'm away from the camera. I can't see the chat. And so all this time, I was just looking at the wrong camera that was being sent to you. So I apologize. But anyhow, I just ran it through a couple times. You know how that works. Created a couple pieces for the top, mix and match, kind of Stamps of Life themed. You can have a lot of fun with that. That would be nice for, you probably have some graduations coming up. You might want to use that. So everything had been going so good today. Everything was going good. And then my one goof up. At least I can say no technical problems today so far. And we've been having some fun, right? Chatting. And we took a look at a couple ways to make some fun cards. You might have this card base. You might have the typewriters dies. Take those out and use them. Again, which was, let me see if I can find out. The die set we just looked at is called Graduation Cap A2 Folded. And again, you have all kinds of options, different ways you can do that. Standalone A2 card. It'll make that. You could add it to banners. It said like a teacher's bulletin or something like that. In a scrapbook, if you scrapbook, it could still work that way. But I am sorry about the camera change, but hopefully you could understand kind of what I was doing, and I gave you a quick update there at the end to show you how that all pieced together. So it was super easy to make. All right, so that's the main point. Let's go on to, we're going to wrap things up here. We'll do our good news section right now. I'm trying to say, I can get that out. And let me go ahead and find our Bible verse. If you have a Bible, you want to open up to Matthew 6. This will just be kind of short because we're wrapping up the Lord's Prayer. And Jesus said this is a way that we could pray, and he kind of set up this great example for us. We talked about previously, we could actually pray this prayer ourselves. And let's see where it is. There we go. We're going to move that over there. So this is the verse that we'll be looking at. It's part of verse 13. And if I can draw myself up there. No, that doesn't work. So if you read the whole prayer, this comes right at the end. And I will start off in Matthew 6, verse 9. And it says that Jesus said in this manner, I'm just going to read the whole prayer just so we can kind of get a recap. He said, "For in this manner, therefore, pray, our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name, your kingdom come, and your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen." So that is the part we're looking at where the prayer kind of wraps up. And that is a fantastic way to end up our prayer. Let me move this over here real quick. We don't want that. No. Let's go ahead and just move that out of there. We can turn that off. There we go. So that was the verse we'll be looking at right there at the end. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. So some of the fun things or interesting things that we've learned about this prayer, turn that off too. We don't need two of me. As we ran through the prayer, the first part was where we acknowledge who God is and his greatness. And then we're asking for his plan to be done. When you get to verse 10, we're saying your kingdom come and your will be done. So a lot of these start with P. So we have the plan of God. We're wanting that. And then verse 11, we're asking for God's provision, where we say, give us this day our daily bread. So God is our provider, right? And then our next one has to do with asking God for forgiveness. So he pardons us of our sins and also reminds us that we are to forgive others like we've been forgiven. And then lastly, what we talked about last night is we need protection. And so we need protection from the enemy, the evil one, it says here. And then we also, sometimes we need protection from ourselves. And of course, we need protection from this crazy world that we live in, right? So we're asking God to also protect us. These are things that we need each and every day. And so we have these needs and we're asking for God's help. We've talked about the importance to keep asking and not give up, to keep seeking. God says a lot of time you don't have or get the things you need because you simply don't ask for them. So we're wanting to ask for those things. We're asking for God's will. We know that whatever we ask for, some of the time there are things that are even better for us that God wants. So we might ask for something, or we have a need. We ask God and we say, God, this is, I need help in this area, or can you help me with this? But in the end, I'm saying, God, I want your will to be done. So we can ask for that too as well. And then the importance of forgiveness. The Bible also says that if we're not careful, if we want to be forgiven, we have to forgive other people as well too. And then sometimes the scripture talks about if you don't forgive, then Jesus warned your sins won't be forgiven either. So we have to be careful on that one. So we definitely want to be forgiving people. And then last week, we want to be protected from the temptations, the things that would draw us away from God. But as we ended up here at this verse, we have all these things, all these concerns, all these issues maybe in life that we're challenged with, or we have our needs, or we know that there's areas we really need assistance. Well, it comes down to the end. It says, for yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. We're coming back to God is in control. God is ruling over everything. God is making everything work for good. We can rest in that. We don't have to worry about where is the food that I'm going to eat going to come from. How am I going to learn to forgive these people? I have this issue and it's causing me to sin and fall away from God. I can give all these things over to God and I can rest in that. Why? Because he has all the power. His kingdom, he's in charge. It's his kingdom. He's got the power. He's going to get the glory. So we can just revel in that. Oh, God is so great. He's so awesome. All these other things I can just give over to him and I don't have to worry. I don't have to be afraid. I don't have to be disappointed or discouraged. I know how the kingdom's going to end up in the end. God's going to win, right? And God's going to come out on top. And if I'm a child of God, I'm going to be a part of that kingdom. And that means me or you, we're all going to be victorious in the end. So all these other things, we might face some challenges here and there that causes some concern. But in the end, we're just giving it all over to God. And you know what? He really wants us to do that. He wants us to be able to depend on him, to trust in him. Just like a good father, we talked about how God is a good father. He wants us to learn to trust him, depend upon him. And I think that's just how Jesus ended up in the prayer. All these things, just give them over to God. He's going to take care of us. He's going to take care of you. He's going to take care of the people you care about. All it is for us to do is to seek him, believe in him, trust in him, place our faith in him. And ultimately, as we do those things, it'll cause us to live for him, right? And that is super important. All right, that is where we're going to end up today. I hope this Bible study, this looking at the prayer of Jesus helps. You can, again, pray specifically that prayer. Just don't let it become just something you do just by habit or just, you're not paying attention or it's not really sinking into your heart. You just want to pray it as from your heart, just not something as you're going through the motions. So be careful about that. But otherwise, you can pray it. You can use the prayer that Jesus gave us as just an outline for how you can pray and communicate with God. And I would say an important thing is, we want to talk with God and pray, but we also want to hear from God. So I'm not very good at this, I have to say, but sometimes we just need to take some time to be quiet and be still and find a place to be by ourselves. Maybe it's going out for a walk. Maybe if you're close to a beach, you could go to a beach or a park or some canyon, or maybe there's some quiet place around your house where you can just get away. And maybe you meditate on part of this that we studied, or maybe another Bible verse, but you just spend time asking God to speak to you and reveal himself to you. Again, I'm not that good at this, so it's something I really need to practice myself, but we want to hear from God. As we want to talk with him, we want to hear from him too. So spending time like that and meditating on his word, reading his word is really important. So as we spend time in the Bible, I think that's the number one way God is going to speak to us, if we're in his word. So make sure you're taking the time to read your Bible too. Now for next week, for our good news section, I'm not sure what we'll do. Maybe I'll find some Bible verse or just something encouraging or something like that. But we wrapped up our time speaking about prayer. So our first kind of grouping, we talked about being thankful and grateful. I hope you're still doing that. I catch myself every once in a while starting my days off forgetting about things that I should be grateful for. So I'm trying to get back to that. And again, that helps me, just that positive outlook. And that can be a part of your prayer too. When you're praying, you can just give thanks to God, right, for all these things. So those kind of can work together. So giving thanks, acknowledging God, the blessings, the good things that are going on in life, and then just all these other issues that we brought up in the Lord's Prayer would be helpful as well. All right. Let's see what else. We will have Stephanie's Crafting Corner this Thursday. I hope you will join us. It's Thursday the 11th. That will be at 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. on Eastern time. I hope that you can join us for that. We'll be on YouTube, Facebook. It does go to Instagram. The picturing is a little bit different, but if you don't have anything else but access to Instagram, that works. So a few people watch it there, and you can also find it on the Stamps of Life website. We'll make a card. We'll have some fun. We'll have some chat. I know this last Thursday, we had 4 winners, so that was exciting. So we had more participation last week. So we really want you guys to participate in our videos, in our chat. So if you're here and you're chatting with me, I love it. I can't read it all the time, but it's fun to know that you're here, so I'm not just talking to myself. So I'm thankful for all of you that are on Facebook and on YouTube chatting with me and adding your comments. I like to ask some questions because I like to hear from you. So that's the next thing. It's important that when you add comments to our videos, we love to see those. I saw a lot of comments on Stephanie's video yesterday from No Makeup Monday. So that was fun to see a lot of participation. So if you would, down below this video, after it posts, there will be a section you can add comments. So if you want to add any comments about today, maybe there's some way God's speaking to you, you want to add something that God has taught you through the last few weeks that we've been talking about prayer, you can add that. Maybe you want to say, Ken, wow, everything was good until you messed up and forgot to switch cameras. You can put it in there because at least we can laugh about it right now. And what else? You could talk about your typewriting skills, the year you graduated. We hit a lot of different things today. Maybe your Eclipse experience, your upcoming tax season. Are you going to be paying a lot or getting a lot? All those kind of things, right? So add comments. We'd love to hear from you. And that will be a wrap. I'm going to say goodbye from Southern California. Thanks again for joining me for Take Two Tuesday. Let me get my slide ready over here. I don't quite have that ready. But I will see you on Thursday night. I want you to have a super blessed day. Remember that Jesus loves you. And we love all you guys too. And we're thankful that you would spend time with us. And we hope you are enjoying your Stamps of Life products that we talked about today on Take Two Tuesday. And yeah, that is it. Have a great day. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Whoops, almost. There we go. Bye.